What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. This is S.O.G. Today we're going to be reviewing the OSight S and the OSight X. Now, OSight was nice enough to send over these red dots to review, and that's exactly what we're going to do on the channel today. But before we begin, do me a favor. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel grow, and it's free to you. Also, hit that like button and drop a comment down below with your opinions and your thoughts on these red dots. Now, going into the unboxing of the new OSight red dots, this one in specific is going to be for the X, but the S is identical in what comes in the case and all of that good stuff. Now, this is where I was really impressed was with their presentation and packaging of their red dots. As you guys can see, just their case alone is already much different than any other red dot case I have seen. And opening it up, it's just held by a little piece of tape here, but it's got like this magnetic flap that just immediately tells you, man, they put a lot of attention to detail in this. Now, once you flip this open, you're going to come to this compatibility chart here, and this will tell you what brand, model, installation process as far as plates goes, and screws you are going to need for what gun. And that is amazing. Now, this does give you the OSight S, and if you flip it over, you got the OSight X compatibility. So that's awesome. If you have a gun you're putting this on and don't know what screws or if it needs an adapter plate, this is where you're going to find that information. Now, moving on to the left side of the box, you're going to have this little package here. And in this box, you're going to have a cleaning cloth and a little carrying case, just like a cloth carrying case. You're also going to have your screws here, which we're going to get into this because this is probably one of my favorite parts of the packaging process. And then here you're going to have the charging cable, you're going to have a lanyard, and then you're going to have your tool there. And you're also going to have some more information right in there. But just the attention to detail behind this packaging, you have a nice message from them here, and then you have a thank you note here. And this is kind of cool because it's almost like a see-through type of thing, right? So you can remove this, and this is where your red dot and charging case are going to be. Obviously, I've already got my dot mounted on my gun, but this is just kind of what it looks like in terms of packaging. Now, you pop this right out of here. This is nice foam, so it keeps everything protected. Now, let's get this box out of the way and get right into the charging case itself. Now, this is the case. Once you get this out of here, it's got one button, and it's on this left side here, as you guys can see, and then it's got your charging area right on the back side. If you click this button, it'll tell you how much charge is in the case alone. So if I click on that, you guys can see here, it's not all the way full, so it's not 100% charged. But now, if I take my firearm here that's got the OSight X, as you guys can see here, you can check the battery on this one of two ways. You can click either up or down, and you will see a light just right in between. You guys can see just right there, it's green. That means it's over 50% charged. If you want a more accurate reading, you're going to take your charging case and put it right above, and it's just going to magnetically click on there. And as you guys can see, it tells you it's 100% charged. Now, there's two readings because some people get confused. You take this off, it's going to give you the reading of just the case alone. You put it on, it's going to tell you the charging level of the dot itself. Okay, so that's why there's two different readings. You can charge this separate, you can charge them together like this. It's up to you. Now, getting into the dot itself, it's got a huge window, very crisp and clear red dot right in there. And you can change the reticle. It's a multi-reticle system by holding down on the minus button for 3 seconds, and it'll change that reticle for you. Let me just show you guys kind of what that looks like if I can catch it on camera here. So I'll hold it down for a few seconds, and then that should have changed the reticle. Yep, as you guys can see, now we just have the circle. And if we hold it down again, it'll give us the circle dot option. This is a 3 MOA dot with a 32 MOA circle, or you can just use the circle or just the dot. It's totally up to you. I honestly prefer just the dot, but that's just me. Everybody has their preference, so I like to just kind of keep it right there. Now, as far as the charging case goes, this will actually charge a full charge on a empty red dot 3 times. The nice thing is that you can take this along anywhere you go and have this always be full until your charging case is depleted, basically. But otherwise, it's a great dot, and it does have a shake awake feature. It also, now one of my concerns with this was the waterproof rating, because the magnetic part of it, just the, I guess just how advanced technology is nowadays with this, is my concern was the durability and just how does it hold up in outdoor temperature, outdoor weather. But let me tell you this, that it is IPX7 rated, so you can it's fully submersible. I think it's 3 feet for up to half hour, an hour, something like that. So that's basically the rating on most other big time red dots like Holosun, Siley, all those big name red dots have IPX7 ratings, but the charging case is only IPX4, which means it can't be submersed and it can't be underwater or anything like that, but it's good for like dust, and if it rains or something like that, just some light splashes, it'll hold up okay. Now what happens if you lose this or break this? You can always buy a new one. I think they have spares on their website for like $30. So again, if it's one of your concerns, I'd like to address that now because that was one of my concerns. So you can get these on their website for I think it's like $30, and they are IPX4 rated for as far as waterproofing, but the dot itself is normal rated for IPX7. Now, one of my favorite features about this OSight X is the material behind the dot itself, what they use. This is made of OAL, and that's the material behind it, and it's supposed to be lighter than aluminum, but stronger than aluminum at the same time. So that is something new. Not only did they change the way that this functions in terms of what powers it with the magnetic charging cable, but also they are trying this new material to test for durability. And let me tell you, this has held up just great. Now, zeroing this dot in was a breeze at the range. It already came pretty much pre-zeroed in. I shot with this and it was almost on target at 25 yards. I had to adjust just a little bit, a couple increments. And it was spot on. And the way to adjust this is going to be, you got your windage and elevation on the top and on the right hand side. So it's very easy to do. The adjustable clicks are nice and audible, so you can tell if you're making a change or not. And overall, it has just been great. Now, I've heard a lot of people say it's just not the best dot out there. And for whatever reason, I mean, I'd love to hear in the comments why you guys think that, because I've had nothing but good experiences with this so far. Now, granted, I've only shot maybe, I don't know, 100, 150 rounds with this in there so far, and I haven't had not one issue. It's still staying zeroed in, and it's very accurate. Now, that could be because it's on a CZ, or it just could be because it's a good dot overall. But let me know in the comments what you guys think of this OSight X. This is the OSight S, and this is an enclosed emitter red dot. I've already got this set up to my preferences and to the way that I like it. This one's got the plus and minus on the left side. It's got windage and elevation on the top and on the right hand side, and it also has some built-in irons here. Again, this is an enclosed emitter versus the X being an open emitter. And this one I haven't actually had a chance to really zero in. I've had a little bit of a tougher time zeroing this in versus the X for some reason, but I mean, it's all in all, it's a good dot. I have to make another trip to the range and really get it zeroed in. I just didn't have enough ammunition at the time when I went to the range to zero it in, so it was a little bit harder though to zero in. This one didn't come zeroed in right out of the box like the X did. But overall, it's a great dot. I want to compare this to Holosun's EPS carry. Let me show you guys that one in comparison to this one here. Now, the EPS carry I have on my Canik Prime, and in comparison here, you guys can see the window on the OSight is just, in my opinion, a little bit bigger. I can check the dimensions, but it does look bigger. However, the housing on the EPS carry looks to be thicker, usually meaning a little bit more durable. But nevertheless, the Holosun is 400 and the OSight is 200. Now, this one also has the buttons on the side, and it's got the same windage and elevation on both sides. This one has battery on the side. It's got a side tray, and it's got the little screen up top. The man, I forgot what that's called, but y'all will let me know in the comments, right? Anyway, this is magnetic charging as well, so same deal. You put the charging case on top, and the battery life is about the same. Again, you get 3 full charges out of a full charging case, and alone you get for 20,000+ hours. So really good red dots, you guys. I really have been enjoying both, and I do trust both. Like I said, I haven't had the pleasure of having that one zeroed in and dialed in as I'd like, but this one has been phenomenal, so I can only imagine that's going to be just as good once I get it zeroed in. I'm really interested in what you guys think. I know that in the past, OSight came out with one that wasn't the best, but it looks like they really changed things around and came out with some great new dots. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And like I said in the beginning, man, hit that like button, drop a comment, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. But if you have, you know that I appreciate you guys so much. God bless you, and I'll see you guys on the next video.